Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Doing the Helen Keller and Talking with Our Hips. Oftentimes, people online are accused of attention-seeking and just trying to do things to generate controversy. And to an extent, every e-celeb does it. We want people to acknowledge us. We want you guys to watch our stuff and hopefully be able to make a living off of it. We all want to stir the pot a little bit, especially in the commentary genre, I would say. But how far would you go to be famous? What would you do? Would you sacrifice personal relationships, your own dignity, your quality of life? Would you sacrifice your physical health? How far are you willing to go? The ultimate extreme to answering that question is where Ava Lochner comes in. Ava is a 22-year-old internet sensation who has been trying to accumulate notoriety for like a few years now. During the summer of 2020, she had one particular video go fucking viral on Twitter and Instagram where she she licked an airplane toilet seat. The video has captured the coronavirus challenge. She posted this video, and it absolutely exploded. A lot of people naturally wanted to know who the hell this chick was. Thanks to the relevancy she got from this, she even managed to do an interview with Dr. Phil, where she stated that her stance was that COVID-19 wasn't really a big deal, and she didn't have an issue with being a degenerate, her words, not mine, during the spring break, despite the warnings from government officials and agencies.
I had way dirtier things in my mouth that whole spring break. 2, I bleached that. 3, private plane. Flew down on my sugar daddy's plane with my best friend. So really, it wasn't that dirty. I bleached it because, people poop on there. So I'm sure there was government officials freaking out about it and things like that. I literally, I manipulated headlines in the political, ring. I had Meghan McCain talking about me. I was on The View, and I was sitting at home laughing while I was on spring break during most of this, just like, what the hell? These people literally blew this up out of proportion, created a fake headline that was real.
Throughout the show, she seems to have a really high opinion of herself, and you can kind of tell that she's putting on a bit of an act. She praises her own appearance, and, she wants to appear like someone that's super, super confident. When they're doing makeup for her to come on the show, she remarks that it's surprising that they make her look prettier because she obviously, she was so perfect to begin with, right? Yeah, I mean, she's really perfect. She looks like one of these fuckers from, Shark Tale. Remember that movie? She looks like that. But right after that, we see a submission from her that she sent to the show, where she says that her image on the internet has cost her a lot of friends over the years, likely due to a lot of her outlandish behavior. She describes this as an attempt to be hot and popular, but evidently there have been some negative side effects. I highly doubt that this girl has any long-term friends. It's actually kind of amazing to audiences and, obviously to myself, how obsessed this girl is with being famous for being attractive or being hot, whatever. She says that she wants to be a skinny legend online and be Instagram famous. A very vapid way to become popular for sure, but it's nothing new online. What is interesting is that during the show, she reveals that when she was younger, she was actually teased a lot until her senior year of high school, where she says that she decided to get hot. Her claim is that this entailed a lot of diet pills, and she once again has ignored the adverse effects that this has on her lifestyle because, she just wants to be famous, and she's willing to sacrifice a lot of things for that. It's actually pretty funny. One direct quote from her on the show is when she says, "I want to be famous for being famous." And then she says, "I have no talent." This is a direct quote from the episode of Dr. Phil. A lot of people are subsequently calling her, retarded for her crazy behavior, and on the surface she does appear that way, but she actually doesn't seem stupid to me. She comes across more like a Trisha Paytas almost, I know there's an act here.
My haters are losers and they're ugly. Haters are my motivators. A lot of my haters just want my attention, and I'm not gonna give it to them. They can keep following me, they can give me all the attention they want, good or bad, I don't care. I want to be famous for being famous. I have no talent. I went from being 200 pounds and a loser that everyone hated to someone everyone wants to be, whether they want to admit it or not. Look at me now, I'm on television.
Not yet, you're not.
She comes across to me as more of a Trisha Paytas than someone who's spiraling out of control and has no idea what they're doing. She's kind of gracefully falling into a position that she wants to be in. I think this is someone who was very insecure in high school and felt very alone, probably felt like she didn't fit in. According to her, she was actually bullied a lot, and instead of being herself and pushing through that, she decided to sort of go in the opposite direction, the opposite end of the spectrum, and then some. Everything was thrown away. Anything peripheral was sacrificed for the sake of the the act. If I had to guess, she's even more miserable now on the inside, but who was to say, really? She wants to be this popular girl who people like for being pretty and has a crazy celebrity lifestyle, and she's willing to do anything to get there. Which brings us to some of the other dumb shit that she's done. The toilet thing was kind of funny, although pretty disturbing, right? While her Twitter account has since been suspended, there are some real gems there that have been archived from the website. She makes a lot of tweets that come across like she's trying to get her posts to go viral, or she wants them to blow up at some point, but obviously not for anything wholesome or insightful or creative. They're just quote tweet bait. First, we have, if you haven't caught chlamydia, you haven't gotten a good dick. Tasteful as ever, I guess. She talks about STDs a lot. Another tweet from her reads, I got my bachelor's in catching chlamydia and my minor in snorting cocaine. Later, she claimed not to have it and that she just thought it was funny. But with the amount that she talks about fucking all the time, it wouldn't surprise me if she does have something, but you know, I can't say for sure. Haven't gotten the lab test back yet. She's posted a video of her sucking on a Corona bottle, expressing how tired she is of the virus, as well as a video of her sucking on some phallic object. The reply to the post is saying that white men don't pay attention to anything besides women objectifying themselves. And you can see here she's saying, you know, ACAB, fuck the police. So I guess this was her thoughtful contribution to the Black Lives Matter movement. Very nice. You know, social activism, love to see it. Another standout from her Twitter is of some hands on a Ouija board with the caption, just sexted XXXTentacion, hashtag rest in pussy. Sort of, you know, being edgy for the sake of it, I guess. She's also posted videos of herself fucking on Twitter, but obviously I can't show that. Later on, she made a video where she actually announced her presidential run before destroying a White Claw.
Yes, I am entering the political ring, and I'm discussing looking at toilet seat, and, yeah, keep listening if you want to hear more. I know you old idiots don't know what that means, and that's exactly the problem. I am a proud, hot, rich, skinny, iconic, legendary, cloud-chasing whore who cloud-chased her ass onto Fox fucking News. I cloud-chased my way into the global spotlight, and I'm the only one to ever do that. Guess why I did this? Because I needed the platform to say this. Now listen carefully. Go back to Moo Moo Meadows.
While this video has since been removed, an archive reveals that it had thousands of dislikes, and the comments were mostly people dunking on her. They call her an embarrassment, say she sounds uneducated and closed-minded, etc. All of the people here seem to think that, you know, she's being completely serious. Probably the biggest mistake in assessing her character. If you watch anything beyond a few out-of-context clips, it's pretty obvious that, you know, Ava is a self-admitted troll, and is doing all of this for attention just for the sake of it. She's self-aware of what she's doing, and to her credit, it's definitely gotten her some places. She managed to get on Dr. Phil, she managed to appear on the No Jumper podcast, she's worming her way into the sort of Instagram LA celebrity community. That being said, the main issue with people like this is that when they blow up due to a few major controversies, they have a hard time to keep that momentum going. Very few who have viral clips of them doing intentionally stupid things manage to really keep it up for very long. People watch them for the momentary spectacle, you know, the inflammatory comment, the dumb clip, and then it's on to the next thing, like no one cares. There's no loyalty in the audience there. And for a while, that's really all Ava had. Outrage a few times a year, and then it was all gone. But as time has passed, she's definitely honed her craft a bit, and I think now she has significant followings on a few different platforms. The most recent thing she did was claim that rapper Kanye West and professional ghoul Jeffree Star were in a relationship together, a story that blew the fuck up in the public eye, covered by mainstream news sources, YouTube videos, etc. And while this was obviously spreading misinformation about these two people, and you know, that's wrong, I can't support that, the girl is a sad freak, I have to give her credit for blowing this up. I mean, who the hell would think to claim that Kanye West and Jeffree Star were dating? It's such an odd pairing of people, but it sort of makes sense why the story would blow up, right? Like, I can kind of see her train of thought. Kanye is like this conservative kind of Christian rapper, and Jeffree Star is like this weird, kind of like effeminate makeup world person. Putting them in one story and claiming that Kanye West is like dating Jeffree Star. It's kind of genius. I remember hearing about this story at the time and thinking, what the hell is this? Where the fuck did this come from? You know, it's something you almost want to believe is true. Most news sources trace the hoax back to her eventually, which definitely got her some attention and clout as well. Ultimately, Ava Lochner is a really interesting character, and I'm curious to see where her story goes next. On her debut on Dr. Phil, she had 40,000 followers followers on Instagram, but today she has more than 300,000. Over on TikTok, she has almost 700,000 followers with pretty good engagement on a lot of her posts. So she definitely is managing to get a lot of people to check out her stuff there. Regardless of if you like her or think she's a virtuous person, she is a fascinating figure, and people like her will always be a part of the internet landscape. If something else interesting happens with her, I'll probably cover it. But until then, I've been fake and gay, and real and straight. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. You're gay. Bye.